Like and subscribe. The big cheese. The big cheese.
The big cheese.
The big cheese.
Big cheese. Big cheese.
The big cheese. Hey, Big Shot, we've read The Bad Seed.
Bang, 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 bang.
And let's not forget The Good Egg, The Smart Cookie, The Sour Grape, The Couch Potato, and of course, The Cuckoo Bean. And now, look who's rolled into town. It's the Big Cheese.
I hear it's pretty Gouda.
You cheddar believe it, White Rat.
Well, when you're reading, call me in case of emergency.
I believe I will.
Hey, this is nacho time to make cheese punch. Oh, that's a good one.
Take it cheesy, Green Bear. I'm about to read right now.
I'm grateful.
And right away, we can see from the cover that the Big Cheese is indeed numero uno. The Big Cheese is a competitor, a winner of trophies. They call me Cheese, the Big Cheese. Oh, say it with me, please. The Big Cheese! Ta-da! You better believe it. On the corner of Curzon Way. That's right, folks. I'm the biggest, cheesiest piece of cheddar around. I'm really something to behold. Take a look at me. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Have you ever observed a more impressive cheese in your life? It's not just my stature either. It's my presence, my vibe, the energy I emanate, the excitement I exude. It's the way I fill a room, or a theater, or a stadium. It's like the Big Cheese is the Beyoncé of his generation, or perhaps even as big as a Taylor Swift. And look at everyone going bananas around him. The mozzarella cheese stick is all like, hey! And the blue cheese is like, be my friend too. And the pear is, I celebrate you. And the cracker is cracking up over Big Cheese. And that square of brown something is also celebrating the Big Cheese. And the theaters are filling and the stadiums are roaring. Wherever I go, I cause a fuss. Heads turn, jaws drop, gasps are audible. Gasp, 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 gasp. That's why they call me Cheese. Oh, say it with me, please. The Big Cheese! Ta-da! And look, the Big Cheese even has his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You better believe it. How did I get such a good, or should I say Gouda, reputation?
Well, I wasn't always a big shot.
I grew up on a crowded platter in a tiny kitchen. Oh, this is the backstory. I was an unremarkable little curd. We lived quiet lives of pasteurization, as so many do. But I wasn't happy with the status quo. Oh no, oh no. I wanted to make a big old name for myself, so I resolved to become a Big Cheese. I wanted the praise, the cheers, the spotlight, the attention, the ovations, the celebrations. I set to work, and before long, I was on the fast track to success. I dressed to impress. Nice tuxedo. I shredded the competition. Look at those moves. I stole every show. Well, so far, this is great. And then I'd brag nonstop to anybody who would listen. That is not so great. Hey, did you see me score that goal while I was literally yawning? Oh! Whoa.
Literally yawning. That's really funny.
Now, Green Bear, a question for you.
Yeah.
Would it be as funny if perhaps you had been the goalie trying to stop the big cheese?
That would not be funny. That would kind of make me feel bad.
I mean, yeah, considering that you were actually working very hard and not yawning and only half paying attention.
Yeah, that would be kind of demeaning.
Yeah, so I think that the big cheese is currently crossing a line from confidence to conceited.
Oh, he's going bad.
I wouldn't say Big Cheese is going bad, but Big Cheese's head is also becoming quite big. Let's see what happens. What was the secret to my success? Well, I stuck to the things I was good at. That way I couldn't possibly fail. Did it get a little boring, never trying anything new? I would think so. I suppose. But it didn't matter as long as everyone agreed that I was, oh, say it with me, please, the Big Cheese! Ta-da! And if we could just take a quick look over here before we turn the page, where Big Cheese seems to be beating the slice of cheese in a game of ping pong while distracted on the phone because he's so good at it that he doesn't even have to look. But frankly, this doesn't look as successful as it seems smug. But then, one fateful day, I met Wedge. He was new in town, and he seemed to be my exact opposite in every way. He was quiet. I was loud. He was shy.
Hi.
I was bold. While I dominated conversations, he kept to himself. So here's Big Cheese cracking up everybody in class and distracting everyone, while little Wedge here is hard at work on something. And look how cute. Little Wedge is over here reading a KidTime StoryTime. I didn't pay him much attention at first, because why would I? I was too preoccupied with being the center of my universe. Big Cheese, we love you. But then, without warning, everything changed. And I believe that this calls for a dun-dun-dun! Because you know, it's about to go down. Here's what happened. I can't wait. Every summer, our tiny village staged an all-day cheese cathalon. Guess who had first-place trophies from the last 6 years? Oh, say it with me, please! The Big Cheese! Ta-da! You'd better believe it. Win. Trophies everywhere! This year's opening ceremony started at 5 a.m. sharp. Oh, that hurts a little bit. I was fully primed and prepared to prevail. First up was a foot race, and I zipped into the lead. Within seconds, though, there was someone on my heels. I could hear his breath, the pitter-patter of his agile feet. It was Wedge! I could not believe it. Oh, he was fast. Not just fast, but skilled, disciplined. He paced himself. We were neck and neck for most of the race. But when I slipped on a rogue pebble, Wedge swerved, sped up, and beat me by a nose. A cheese nose. Hey! Oh! That's gonna be a new experience for the Big Cheese. Not winning. For the first time, I'd come in second place. Oh, the indignity! Oh, the indignity! But there was no time to sulk, because the next leg of the competition had already started. It was a game of chess. Before I could blink or think, Wedge had taken my king in 4 moves, and while I was protesting to the judges, he'd already moved on. The following events were a blur of loss after humiliating loss. Hat making? Sheep herding? Bread buttering? Meanwhile, Wedge is winning at hat making, winning at sheep herding, and winning at bread buttering, which might be my favorite of all. It turned out that Wedge was quietly excellent at everything. We love Wedge! We love Wedge! Oh, gosh. Even when he won, though, he didn't gloat. He was so humble. It was odd. It was disconcerting. It was absolutely baffling. Finally, I watched in dismay as Wedge trounced me one last time in the bird calling competition, where Wedge managed to get an entire bluebird chorus. Meanwhile, our big cheese, that's a work in progress. And the day came to a bitter end. Well, bitter for me, at least. I went through every possible emotion, and not the good ones either. Arrgh! Rah! No! Boo! Boo! Until I'd finally exhausted myself. The big cheese kind of exhausted me, too. That was a lot. As I lay in the muck, I heard a thunderous voice making the dreaded announcement. First place winner goes to newcomer, Wedge Wedgeman! Whomp. Sigh. The crowd roared its approval as Big Cheese wallows in the mud. What had just happened? It was honestly hard to fathom. I closed my eyes, and suddenly, inexplicably, I felt a sense of calm come over me. Whoa. Something's happening here. I listened to my breathing, to the steady beating of my heart. Is a little breathing and meditation happening here right now? I think so. Yes, I had lost again and again and again. But after all that, I actually felt okay, relieved even. I suddenly knew that my world wasn't gonna crumble. I picked myself up, I dusted myself off, and I headed home. Before too long, I spotted Wedge on this beautiful bridge overlooking the serene waters of town and surrounded by all the greenery and the flowers. And Wedge is clearly a very zen kind of wedge of cheese, just taking it all in. Before too long, I spotted the Wedge. He wasn't busy celebrating or bragging. He was just watching the stream go by. He looked content. We chatted for a bit. It turned out that Wedge had a fascinating life story. I found myself getting caught up in a great conversation. A conversation that wasn't all about me. Indeed. I was wondering what was going to happen when those two got on the bridge together, because Big Cheese being so competitive and Wedge being there so content, were they going to have words? But they ended up having a fascinating little conversation and learning about one another. That day, I realized something. Maybe it didn't matter if I wasn't the best at everything. In fact, perhaps it was healthy for me to lose for once.
What? Oh!
I know, it may not seem to make sense, but inevitably, when we try very hard at things, no matter how hard we try, sometimes we will lose.
Well, I don't like it.
Nor do I, Green Bear, but I must admit that losing is how I've often grown and learned and come back even better than before. Very well put, Olivia the Ostrich, and finally beaten that Meryl Bird Streep. Oh, Meryl Bird Streep, Olivia the Ostrich's nemesis. But if you want people to celebrate you when you have a win,
And I do.
so do I, then we should also be prepared to celebrate people when they are having their moment.
So it's about being gracious when you win.
But also being gracious when someone else is having their big moment.
Oh, that's why people applaud when other people win their prize.
Yes, it could be hard, but we do it. And sure, my ego was bruised in the short term, but over time I gained some perspective on what's really important. Losing taught me about empathy and humility, and here he is, comforting the cheese stick after a bad play. Don't worry, kid, it'll be better the next time. It showed me that I'd become so focused on winning that I was missing out on the joy of participating. Go team, go! And it helped me see that I can live with defeat, even if I get a bit angry or frustrated at first. Yay! Listen, kid, I totally get it. I, much like the big cheese, do not like to lose. I don't really think anybody likes to lose. I like to win. I like to win the medals, and I like to win important things like the Shmemmy Awards. Oh, yeah, I want all the awards. But, you know, if you are a show-off when you win, and then you're a meanie when you lose, nobody's going to want to play with you. No one's going to want to cheer for you. And we have to be better humans than that. We do. And we are better humans than that. These days, I'm trying not to worry about whether I win or lose. Hey, I can't believe I won! Yeah, that's great, that's great. I don't have to impress everyone all the time. Yeah, because that's a lot of pressure, actually. I let others have the spotlight. Oh, look at that. That brown wedge of something is having his moment in the spotlight. And I've taken up some new hobbies just for me. And you know what? Some hobbies can be just for fun and learning. Yes, I'm trying to be a better wheel of cheddar. So now when I brag about something, well, I mostly brag about my friends. Whoa, did you see that? What a move! Woo! Yeah, I did it! Because it turns out that anyone, from a crumb of gorgonzola to a fleck of feta to an unassuming wedge of brie, can be... Oh, say it with me, please. The big cheese! Ta-da! 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 You better believe it. The big cheese! The big cheese!
The big cheese!
The big cheese! Ba-ba-ba-ba-big cheese!
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, big cheese!
The big